Hi, I'm Joy Lawrence. Welcome to my English 101B class welcome video. In this video, I'll go over the syllabus and show you how to navigate my course. First, please call me Joy. That's my first name, and I really like it. Being called Mrs. Lawrence makes me uncomfortable. If calling me Joy makes you feel uncomfortable, then my second choice is Professor Lawrence, but really I do prefer Joy. We're starting off here on our course homepage. At the top, you'll see an announcement that I posted. And as we continue on, the homepage will include the 3 most recent announcements at the top of the page. Every Friday, I will send out an announcement going over what we'll be doing starting on Monday of the next week. Make sure to read those announcements because there's important information in there. I think of these like my opening announcements I'd give at the beginning of a face-to-face class. I will also send out announcements every Tuesday giving additional information and reminders or resources that I think will be useful for the class. I do update the homepage every week, so make sure to pay attention to it. You'll see here the welcome video is coming soon because I'm making that welcome video right now. This getting started section will always be on our homepage, and I'll update this picture each week so that it's hyperlinked to the module we're covering. The best way to navigate my course is through the modules. If you work only off of that to-do list that shows up here on the side of the screen, then you're going to miss out on instructional materials, instructional pages, and you won't see how the modules are organized to deliver information that builds on previous information. To access the modules, you'll just click on this picture. You can also access the modules by clicking on this link in the navigation menu. Here we're looking at the first module. Each module starts with an overview page to give a little information about what you'll be working on in each module. Once you enter a module, you should keep clicking the next button to progress to the next page. You need to complete all of the assignments in the first week to be able to remain in the course. If you miss an assignment but want to remain in the class, make sure you email me immediately because I need to make room for students who are on the wait list. Going back to that home page. Each week I will provide a screenshot of the schedule of assignments that we will be working on for that week. You can see that each assignment includes how many points it is worth and the date that it is due. You can find all of the assignments starting on page 6 of my syllabus. So this is a good time to go ahead and start reviewing the syllabus. I'm not going to go over every detail of the syllabus because I do recognize that that would be super boring. I want to hit the highlights though, so let's get started. In this course, we will analyze fiction, poetry, and drama using different critical perspectives. We'll read one book-length novel and several selected works of literature and poetry, and an emphasis is placed on argumentation and critical thinking. I do want to make sure that you read through the entire syllabus, though, and there is a quiz that you'll need to take on the syllabus. These are the books that we'll be using for the class: Portable Literature, Reading, Reacting, Writing, the 9th edition, and Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil by John Berendt. You can get these books from the campus bookstore, though you're not required to go to the campus bookstore to get them. Just make sure that you are getting the correct books. You can use these ISBN numbers to make sure you're getting the right ones. I have provided the readings for the first 3 weeks of the semester, but I don't provide any readings after that. You'll want to make sure you have all of your books by the end of week 3. If you have trouble still getting your books, I do have copies of each book on reserve in the library that you can use until your books come in. Here is a breakdown of how much everything is worth in the class, and also the scale for how many points you need for each grade. Please keep in mind that I do operate off of points, not percentages. There are 1,000 points in the class, so at the end it should work out to 90% is 900 points, is an A. But I want you to be looking at how your points build over time. Once you hit 800 points, not 80%. Once you hit 800 points, you are guaranteed a B in the class. If you hit 700 points, you are guaranteed a C in the class, etc. However, if you're looking at your percentages, If you're operating off the percentage that you have in class, that will go down if you stop completing assignments. That's why you want to make sure to keep track of how many points you have earned. Please be aware of the submission requirements and make note that all assignments must be submitted electronically through Canvas by 11:55 p.m. on the due date. I also want to point out that everything except for the midterm and the final, everything else is already open. You can go through and do assignments ahead of time, and I know that there are students who appreciate that and take advantage of that. So I encourage you to do that as well. I don't accept late work. So make sure that you are not waiting until the last minute to submit. You shouldn't look at this time as when you should submit an assignment. Think of it as that is the last possible minute I will accept an assignment. I know it's tempting. I know you get busy, but avoid the temptation to plagiarize. I do have your submissions run through Turnitin, so make sure that everything that you write is your own. Also, do not use AI to create your assignments. Again, I know that it's tempting and that you run out of time, but one of the purposes of this class is to develop your critical thinking skills. And one of the ways that we do that is through writing. And if AI is writing your assignments for you, or if you're plagiarizing assignments, then you are not developing your critical thinking skills. If I determine that AI has been used to write your essay, then you will receive a 0 if 40% or more of the essay is found to be plagiarized or written by AI. If you have AI use or plagiarism and it's under 40%, you won't automatically fail the essay. You will lose major points in your analysis and evidence sections. But once you hit 40%, you automatically fail the essay and you will not have an opportunity to revise. My late work policy is that I do not accept late work at all, even if it's just 1 minute late. And I know that seems harsh, but again, everything except for the midterm and the final is already open. So you can go in and submit assignments starting on the first day of class. You can start doing assignments early. To make sure I'm fair, I don't accept late work from anyone. I don't distinguish between an excused and an unexcused absence. I do realize that things happen and life sometimes doesn't cooperate with our deadlines, and that is why I offer extra credit. This is another reason I do this is so that you stay on track in class. If you miss an assignment, then you just move on. You can do some extra credit to help make up the points and then keep on track with the rest of the class. You'll find an extra credit module between the modules for weeks 4 and 5, and I will show you those after I'm done going over the syllabus. Here you will find a schedule of assignments. I have listed every assignment, what day it's due, and how many points it's worth. Again, all of these are going to be open to you to start working on as soon as the class opens. I leave everything open except for the midterm and the final because I want to see what your writing is like halfway through. And I also have to have the final during the finals week. So, for example, say that you want to take February 29th off because it only happens once every 4 years. This literary analysis assignment, you could go ahead and submit that on the 26th or on January 29th or any time that you want so that you have that day free. Again, I want to point out that you have a little bit of flexibility here that you can turn assignments in early. You just cannot complete them late. Finally, there is a page with a list of frequently asked questions. So go ahead and check that out because you might have a question that's answered there. Going back to the modules, I wanted to show you where you can find that extra credit module. It is in between the modules for weeks 4 and 5. And right here again, like all the modules, there's a module overview. And all of these extra credit assignments are due on April 25th. Most of them are TED Talks. So I'll want you to watch them and tell me what you think in 500 words. So each of those is worth 10 points. And there is one extra credit assignment that is worth 20 points because it asks you to do two things. You will be asked to make a movie poster and then tell me about it, the choices that you made, and what went into it. Again, all of these are optional. You do not have to do any of them, but this is a way for you to make up points that you've lost. And again, they're all due no later than April 25th. Well, I think that about covers my syllabus and course navigation. If you have any questions, send me an email so I can answer them. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great semester.